Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 37 of FTB Revelations. Today, I might want to play with some NuclearCraft, I think. I like that idea. I've been doing good on power, but as we know, turning on our mining operation significantly impacts our power capabilities, right? We get just terrible amounts of hugeness happening to get things going. So what I'm thinking I'd like to do is get some form of nuclear power going, but I want my nuclear reactor to be really far away from my base because, as we know, I've enabled in the configs, it's on by default now. It didn't used to be, the radiation mechanics of the mod. So there's natural radiation in the world based on like each chunk you're in has its own set of radiation. You can see at the bottom left. There's generally a very small amount of radiation going on. However, there are some chunks that have large amounts of radiation, which start to get bad. And then your player also absorbs a small amount of radiation over time. And small amounts of radiation don't bother you so much. However, if you start absorbing large amounts of radiation, things start to get, not so great. So with that said, you want to kind of keep an eye on, what's up, right? I guess I don't need the Geiger counter actually in my hand. Okay, that's cool. So like flying over here, I found like a little desert-y type environment that looked pretty cool, and I mapped out where I want to set up my nuclear site. So two things I'm going to want to do. One, we're going to want a way to teleport over here in a nice expeditious manner. Two, we're probably going to want to clear the area out a little bit so we can start building out. Three, I would love it if anybody had some nuclear buildings they wanted to submit to me. That would be cool. Hey, what's that? Hey, that's a Thaumcrafty thing. Crimson Portal. Well, that's a random... Did not see that coming. Hello, Crimson Knights. How are you? Ah, Crimson Cultists, huh? Hello, buddy. Wow, you actually hurt a lot. Man, you really hurt, don't you? Oh boy. Healing up. Alright, let's go hide somewhere. Wow, these guys are like surprisingly painful. I was not prepared for like an actual fight. Got you. All right. Take that, dudes. Wow, I was glad I had that health thing on me. Whoo! Hey, look, we got the Crimson Rights book. Nice. All right, cool. That's actually a Thaumcraft. This book contains nothing but crazed ravings. I mean, that's probably accurate. Let's put away this stuff that we just got as drops. Boop, 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 boop. We'll play with that when we get back into Thaumcraft at a point in the future. So anyway, what I was saying was this was the area I kind of picked out for my nuclear testing site, I guess you could say. So I mapped it out. I do want to note as an example of environments that have, some badness going on in terms of nuclear radiation. That I believe to be a nuclear wasteland biome. So check out the radiation level on the bottom left as we go into here. It's bad. It's a bad place. So it's a nuclear wasteland. There's more radiation in that area than normal. Kind of the reason I picked this area a little bit, just because it's already close to like a somewhat hurt area in terms of radiation and badness. Do I have my Horn of the Wild on me here or what? Didn't I make a Horn of the Wild? Totally made a Horn of the Wild. Yay for those Infinity Booster cards. Am I right though? Aw, Horn of the Wild doesn't work on Tiny Cactus? Weak sauce. And then, hey, build to me. Boop, 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 boop. Loving it. Let's get rid of this quicksand, because that's the last thing we're going to want, right? I got you, quicksand. You got nothing on the dyer. I assume you've got nothing on the dyer. There we go. Nice and organized. All right, so let's check out Waystones, because that's a mod I wanted to play with a little bit. It looks like a neat approach, right? So making a Waystone doesn't look terribly hard. It does need an emerald, though, and we don't have a ton of those. However, what we do have is a Tome of Alchemy that we just used last episode. And, hey, guess what that thing can also do? Dupe emeralds. Yes, sir. Which is neat. So if I took you out of here... Oh, so you're going to refill with redstone. I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I could prevent that if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm too worried about it, right? I didn't want to do that. Hold on, I didn't want to do that. Isn't there like a way? You'll absorb redstone from my inventory now, right? Yeah, you will. Yeah, so you can get the redstone charge out of the tome by crafting it by itself. Not exactly what I planned to do when I did that crafting. Not a big deal, though. We'll let it recharge. It's recharging, you can see in the bottom left. Yeah, that's cool. Also, between episodes, I created a compact cobblestone generator from NuclearCraft, which is it just produces cobblestone. That's exactly what it does. And I just hooked it up to the system. So if you look at our AE system now, we actually have 2048 of dirt, cobble, sand, gravel, and glass. Not too shabby. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. All right, now if I shift-click you, good. And then shift-click you. Duping emeralds is pretty redstone-y expensive, but not the end of the world. How much does it actually use to dupe redstone with the tome? It goes from 1,000 to 968, so it's like 32. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 32 redstone per emerald. So yeah, it gets expensive quick, right? But that's okay. We've got a solution to that. My buddy here. So this whole system worked out pretty well, actually. Better than I thought it would. Especially considering the ridiculous start to which we had it. Yeah, it was it was a silly idea, if we're being honest. But I mean, in the end, it worked out pretty well, right? So let's set up some waystones, right? Purple dye. Do we have any of these purple flowers? I thought we did. Is that an Enderman coming to visit me? Because it sounds like an Enderman coming to visit me, and I'm just wondering what he thinks he's doing. So we need lavender. Isn't there a lavender fields nearby? Or am I out of my mind with that? I could have sworn there was a lavender fields nearby. Enderman? Look, buddy, I don't have to tell you. What are you doing? Okay? Okay, Enderman, are we clear? Are we clear on whose base this is and whose base it's not? Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure there was no confusion with regards to whose base this is and whose base it's not. It's not the Enderman's base. All right, let me get some more roses real quick. Oh no, again, look, there is a lavender field nearby. Sweet. Hey, you. Come here a sec. Aw, you don't work on lavender fields? Awful. Because these guys will be purple dye, right? Yeah, they will. Nice. Purple dye for days. Wind thistle, tomato seeds. Sure, why not? Okay, now let's try out this waystone stuff, huh? So maybe having a waystone inside my base would be cool. You think? Like we could just pop it. Like if this is my teleporter room, kind of. Enter waystone name. Home base. Cool. Hello. That's cool. I like that. I like that. That's a neat way to travel. It's a good way to get around town. So now, what we can do is pop over here. Now I could have used meta receivers and transmitters like we've done in the past, but like I said, we're trying to do things up a little bit different in the series, right? So I'm thinking having a waystone here. Now I'm assuming that I can break and replace these guys, right? Like, that seems like a reasonable thing that I can do. We're going to test that in a moment with the one that's in the village and see what that's like. Right, so step one is we're going to, because I want to place this down, but I haven't entirely mapped out exactly how this nuclear site's going to work, but we'll figure it out. I just want to be sure that if I place it, I can change it up in the future, right? So let's just pop it like right about here, right on the thing, right? Nuclear site. Ta-da! Oh, level requirement 1 XP? Boo. You want experience to teleport? I might disable that in the configs, because I can make this free by using something different. I guess it's based on distance. So that's kind of annoying. So now if I remove you... Okay. When I place you down again... Okay. So that's cool. I get to rename it when I break it and replace it. Well, that's nifty. So I'll hang on to this guy. So I'm just curious, is there a config option for this? So there is a setting for this. Waystone costs EXP. So if I set that to false, can I change that in-game without having to exit and reload? It might be true. Hey, cool, I can. Yay! Now, if you want to call that cheating, you be my guest. Also, I think I saw it in these mod options. Waystones config client sound volume. I want to reduce that a little bit. Let's see if that's quieter now. That's better, right? I think that's totally better. So now, if you want to call that cheating, go ahead. But I could easily have set this up with the Matter receiver and transmitter system, which you've seen me do a million times, and that would have effectively been free. I have experience. I don't feel like constantly taking it out of the book. Okay? So I feel like that's a fair assessment, right? So that's pretty cool, actually. I like Waystones. I think that's a neat way to travel. I'm down with that. So woot. But I'm going to keep my charged porter. And now I could use the Waystone if I wanted to. I could use one of these dudes to get home. I think this guy gets me to the last active one, and these guys will let me warp to where I think this guy lets me warp to home. But meh. I like my charged porter. I'm going to stick with it. Cool. All right, so I flipped through my Twitter mentions here when I, in the past, have asked for buildings and structures, and I found a nuclear building that looks pretty neat. I hope it's big enough. Let's see. Let's bring you up a little bit on the Y level here. Is this a big enough building, you think? Man, he actually is funny enough. Let's do that. Anchor it there just to see. All right, cool. It's interesting how the paste came in, because it's like it's starting from the top. But that's okay. We can figure that out. That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Does this look like a big enough structure internally? I think so. We could definitely have a few nuclear reactors in here. This is probably not big enough for a fusion reactor, but this is big enough for a nuclear reactor, or 4 or 5 probably. So I'm thinking maybe we'll use this for the fission reactors, because this is cool looking, right? Look at how cool this looks. I like this, right? And these are multi-block fans, but they're just not rendering in the multi-block correctly in the ghostly image there. So it'll look a little bit different when we get the multi-blocks connected up. But I think this is a cool looking little nuclear reactor building. Let's see what's involved in getting this going. So I'm going to unanchor you, and then let's take a look here, right? So which hotkey did I use for this? Hey, there we are. Cool. So factory blocks, bunch of factory blocks basically, and a few laboratory blocks, and 627 light gray concrete. All right, so let's try and do it without any things, but lots of factory blocks, like a healthy amount of factory blocks, which are not hard to make, by the way. Cool. And then light gray concrete, which we can totally automate with fluid transposer if we wanted to, but we need a lot of it. We need a really large amount of it. And light gray concrete, it's not terrible. It's sand and gravel, which we just automated, right? And light gray should be easy, right? It's just a bunch of bone meal and, okay. I think we can pull that off. How much light gray concrete do we need? 627. I think we could do that, right? Yeah, let's make some light gray concrete. Yeah, I'm down with you. So if I got this many, this should be, it's not bad. We basically want 10 stacks, right? And that would be roughly how many we need. And then we just have to real quick automate putting it into water. I think that's doable. Come on, light gray. There's so many ore dictionary options here. Really? We're that low on bone meal? Because we should be able to do this, right? Hey, give me my gadget back. I didn't mean to click you. That should be about 10 stacks. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then we just... I got an idea. We could do something fun with this. Hold on. Applied energistics, right? Planes. Well, they're hard to... How fast? I wonder if this would work. Annihilation plane and formation plane, right? This is what I'm thinking. Is it instant that it converts? Is it instant that adjacent water converts light gray into gray? Like fast enough that this would be like super cool way to do this? I don't know the answer to that question. We are about to find out. Right, so formation plane and annihilation plane. So if I were to hook you up, where's a nice place? I think back here actually has some cabling available. Right? What if we hooked you up such that you had a formation plane that would put it here, right? Yeah. So for you, I'm going to put light concrete dust in there. So shouldn't you be placing that in the world? Blocks will be placed as block. Yeah, do that. Psst, place the block. Like that. Would you? Light gray oh, right, because we don't have any in the system yet. There you go. I was like, why ain't this working? Oh, right. I'm a little bit of a derp, aren't I? Right. Now, realistically, we don't want water to flood everywhere. Yeah, it should be fine. I think I've got a reservoir, don't I? Well, now there's light gray concrete powder in there. Is it because... It should be working. Is it a speed thing? Oh, wait, I know. I remember. This only gets placed when the items are placed. Yeah, it doesn't work the way you expect it to, that's right. Is there a cool way to make this work? Let me think. How about we just do it the easy way, right? Auto placer facing up. And then export bus. And hopefully this is cool beans. Right, so export bus is being crafted. You're working on formation cores, making those things. Cool. All right, so export bus. We might need acceleration mode. We'll find out. I don't want it in crafting mode, though. Cool. Oh, hello. Perfect. All right, he might need a few accelerations. All right, so now if I were to do... Hey, that works. Cool. Not quite as fast as I would hope, but it does work. Meh. I was hoping for a little bit faster than that. We could do a mechanical user. that might be a little bit faster. Just for giggles, is this faster if I do mechanical user? Place block. We're gonna need the speed upgrades though, aren't we? So we can make those, can't we? Extra utilities, speed upgrades. We can only make a few of these. As it stands right now. I think 4 is the most we can do. If I'm not mistaken. Right, max 4 at this level. We could make these, and then we could have 16. But I'm just curious if this is faster. That's better, right? I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. All right, that's a neat way to make what we need, right? It's working. It's shenanigans, but it works. Just for giggles, could it be faster? That is cool. Look at it go. And I could make it that fast with upgrades. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's kind of neat, right? It's kind of cool. All right, just for fun. Just for fun. Hey, look, trying to find different ways to do things that are funny and interesting. I think that was funny. And interesting. Just a little bit interesting. All right. So let's put this light concrete into here. And then you should be happy and satisfied that we have light concrete. All right, cool. So I'm going to make a bunch of factory blocks. And so we're going to need like a healthy amount of factory blocks, right? Like a couple hundred, like 1,000 factory blocks. Roughly speaking, 1,000 factory blocks. And about 150 laboratory blocks, right? So laboratory blocks, that ain't so bad. So like, oh, hello. Are we that low on smooth stone? I should probably be doing smooth stone in my cobble work, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. Should I have another redstone furnace doing smooth stone? I feel like I should. I could do that relatively easy. I think. Pretty sure. So give me one of you. Give me a conversion kit. Give me one of these. Give me 2 of these. And the redstone furnace basic is down. If I programmed you, boop, to auto input from the right, you'll automatically pull cobble out of this compact cobblestone generator. How cool is that? Right? The conversion kit's currently being made. And then you just need to extract on green, always active. And do you have a smooth stone drawer in here? Because if you don't, you kind of should. You really should. Kind of annoys me that you don't. Who am I annoyed at? Myself. Boop. So I don't think we have any stone left, but we should have some in here somewhere. Smooth stone. Boop. Okay. So is my kit done yet? Hey, you are. Good job. Augments times 4, please. Easy peasy craft. And item conduits. Extract on green, always active. Out the back. Cool. There's your cobbleworks making smooth stone for me and keeping my drawer full of 2048 smooth stone. Not hard to add. I like it. I'm quite pleased with that setup. And meanwhile, I need another stack of laboratory blocks. Cool. All right. So the laboratory blocks that we actually need are large steel 124 and vents 11. Large steel 124 and vents 11. So basically I need a little bit more of this actually. Right? So large steel 124 and vents 11. And that should make you happy? I think so. Yeah, you look pretty good there. All right, the laboratory blocks I'll do off camera. So I'll be right back. I wonder if I can upgrade the dank null. Is that a thing you can do? You think he'll maintain all his items? I really hope he does. That would be really sad if I lost all the items in here. Anything I super care about? To be fair, like most of this stuff is voided, right? There's a handful of things, like the factory blocks I just made and the light gray concrete. Meh. I could remake that pretty easily. Please don't lose all the items inside there. Good, he doesn't. Whoo, that was a relief. Okay, that's better. I like that. I'm down with that. That's cool. All right, I was just, you know, working on things. Back in a minute. All right, I think I've got the last of this done. It's just 45 of... Oh, which one's that? Which one is that? I actually don't know. Everyone else I was able to eyeball. Metal column. Metal column. Metal column. There you go. And that's cool. Nice. And then we need 268 clear glass, I believe. Right? Isn't that right? Clear glass. Can I turn that from glass? Like, can I turn glass into clear glass with my chisel? I don't know that I can. No, I don't think I can. So clear glass we'll have to get from... That's quite clear glass. Which one's clear glass? Is that the Ender IO one? Tinker's Construct. Really? Tinker's Construct? Clear glass. The only way to get that is out of that. And this guy can be made out of what? The melter from NuclearCraft can do it, actually. So if we wanted to be cool about it, that would be a neat way to go. The melter from NuclearCraft. And you can make clear glass. Can you make clear glass? I don't think you can. Not really. Yeah, I think the only way to make it is from the casting basin. All right, because I was trying to avoid Tinkers too much this time, because I played with Tinkers a lot. But I think we can pull off, you know, a little bit. Hey, do I not have a block of clay? I am grout. Smelt that up for me, would you, buddy? And while that's cooking, you said the melter. The melter here. So shift click to clear tank. And we need a decent amount of this. It's how much do we need? 268. So that's 4, and let's say half a stack of sand. Cool. And then we need the casting basin, which will come from you. Right? And then we need a fluid pipe. And then we need item ducts. Right? We already have those? Cool. And we'll just grab a chest real quick. Okay, that works. Actually, we'll probably want, well, hopper. That seem reasonable. All right, so melter. How fast are you going to be? Not bad, but we could probably use a few more speed upgrades if we really wanted to be cool about this. Right? And this is just going to be like a quick and dirty to get this thing going. So north will be extract always active. Cool. You're going to be the quite clear glass, and then you are going to transfer it here. West, extract always active, and you're going to be the insert. Cool. Not terrible. Not particularly fast, but not terrible. Probably going to take a few minutes. We'll be back. All right, guys, I think we're ready to build this thingy. What do you say? Let's pop over to our nuclear site here. Hello, nuclear site. And now figure out how we're going to build this thing. So what we want is a quick build to me, if I can. Ba-boom. Let's actually... yeah, that sounds cool. So let's find a way, because I know this thing was being a little bit finicky. How do we feel about this? What we could do is rotate you a little bit. That might be cool. Does that sound cool? It's gonna make me want to move my thing. I probably want it down 1 from there. And if that's down 1, let's clear out a bunch of stuff, shall we? If I put you in my offhand, you should render, right? Yeah. Alright, and you're actually trying to build inside this space. Okay, fair enough. Cool. I'll take this as a win. All it really requires out of me then is I'm just gonna clear out a bunch of space here. Man, that is a beautiful site, isn't it? I like that a lot. Back in a sec. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, we are now good to build this thing, right? Does it have to go up another Y level? I might have it off a little bit. I was messing with it a little bit between shots there, but I think that's cool. How's that look? Pretty cool. All right, I like that. That's a cool looking building. All right, let's get that waypoint out of here. We're probably gonna want to relocate you, right? And this is not the proper way to break a forest hive, but you know. Actually, the bees aren't attacking me that much. That's interesting. Usually they attack you for trying to break it with a pick. Oh well. Hello. They got a little upset there, didn't they? Alright. So, like, we could just set up this waypoint dude here-ish. Right? And we'll call it nuclear site. Cool. And then that's a pretty cool looking nuclear building, I think. The fans aren't cool. The fans aren't cool. Why are the fans not cool? Might just be the way they are. It's probably because I rotated the building. Which is kind of a bummer. If I undid you... and rotated him around again... I can't go any higher than that. Hang on. That looks pretty good. We'll want him to go what direction? Nope, not that direction. That direction? Yeah. Right. So what if we had the entrance on this side? You're actually a little bit too far. Let's put you in the offhand again. To right about here-ish. Oh yeah, quicksand. Good times. Be right back. Alright, how does this feel? Whoosh. Oh man, the fans are still funky. Boo. Actually, I think if I moved it over to the right one, we would be cool. Hang on, let me see if I'm right about that estimate. So anchor it here instead of where I was a second ago. Getting there. I think it needs to now be up 1 and to the right 1. Or forward 1. Let me see if I'm right about this now. So like that? Do the fans look cool? Up, down 1. Thank goodness for the undos, right? So there? Up, down 1 again? Am I doing this wrong? That feels pretty good. Though we have to clear out the floor. But otherwise, yes. Good. Alright, here goes nothing. Zoop. This should be cool. Nice. Alright, that looks good. I like... It's even got glass. That's neat. Okay, cool. I like that idea. Actually, that looks really cool. Is that good? I think that's good. Yeah, dudes. I'm down with this. Alright, so let's relocate this thing over to this side, right? And we'll probably, now that we can see a little bit better, let's do this with destruction gadget, right? Your depth is 1. Cool. We'll just destruction gadget our way to success here. Go destruction gadget, go. I can't believe I almost didn't implement this tool. Like, I was on the fence about whether it would be too overpowered. But, like, making it void the drops rather than give them to you was definitely, I think, a cool way to go. Right? Nice. Okay, that works for me. Alright, so let's wrap up the episode here. I'm going to replace my Waystone. For now, though, it's when I sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Nuclear site. Right, so here we'll have, we do have to light the interior building up, but we can get a feral flare or 2. I think 1 should be good, right? Infinite energy is low. Oh, I'm sure it is. How about just like right in the center-ish of the building? Right here-ish? That looks centered, roughly. Right, and then that should do a good job lighting up, right? Cool. All right, that'll sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time and maybe get started with some NuclearCraft. All right, guys, take it easy.